What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we've got two new leaders from OP-14. The first new leaders from OP-14 that we need to have a little bit of a look at. They've gone and been revealed in a magazine, and we've got the first ever Dracula Mihawk, which, to be fair, we thought we were going to get when you looked at the booster pack, and the second Boa Hancock, which, to be fair, we did think we were going to get looking at the booster pack. Does this guarantee a crocodile leader? No. But when two of the three characters on the front of the booster pack have already got confirmed leaders, and there's only one other character on the front of the booster pack, I think, like the other day I told you a black crocodile leader, black because of the Miss Valentine card that was revealed in EBO3, was overwhelmingly likely. We have now gone beyond the point of overwhelmingly likely, not yet confirmed, not yet guaranteed, but it really does feel like it's happening now, doesn't it? So I want to start off with Dracula Mihawk, because I like Dracula Mihawk, and we've never had a Dracula Mihawk leader. So what we got here is a green 5,000 power, 5 life, and a really interesting first skill. If your opponent's leader has the slash trait, this leader gains 1,000 power, and that is a standard static always there plus 1,000 power. Your turn, your opponent's turn, doesn't matter, it's always there. This is a fascinating leader, because those traits in the top right hand corner, slash, strike, special, they've been there since the beginning of the game, but they've not done that much. Like, we had Red Buggy, the one that came around in OP-03, and that's got a fun little skill that says it cannot be KO'd in battle by slash attribute characters. Okay, cool. Most of the time, this has ended up being a little bit irrelevant. This just became a full-on metagame-dependent leader. Now, I'm not saying it's only good depending on the metagame. I'm saying its power greatly changes depending on the metagame. That's very different. Because the thing is, right? If you're in a metagame where there's a lot of slash attribute leaders, oh my word, this just became a much better leader. So obviously we need to have a little bit of a look here and go, well, all right then, which of the top leaders around right now are slash attribute leaders? And the answer is, well, there's a really obvious one, Green Zorro. Yes, the fact that we got a green Mihawk that counters Green Zorro, not lost on me, very appropriate, absolutely love it. In terms of the top decks right now, Green Zorro obviously jumps out, but there are two others, and they are Rayleigh and Shanks. Rayleigh and Shanks are the other big, in the OP-12 meta that we're currently playing in, and I know OP-13 is out, we'll talk about that in a second, but in the OP-12 meta in which we are currently playing, Zorro, Rayleigh, Shanks. Those are the three big slash leaders, and essentially you've got an extra 1,000 power against all of them. So they've got to have an extra 1,000 for every single attack they launch for the entire game, and your leader has an extra 1,000 power every time it swings. I'll give you one more because it's the number 11 deck in the format right now, Red Green Smoker from OP-10. It's not a top 10 deck right now, but it's like the 11th biggest deck, so I don't know, maybe we include that in there as well. If we have a look forward to OP-13, are any of the big leaders there slash attribute? Yeah, Roger is. Roger's not the best deck coming out of OP-13, it's maybe the third biggest new deck after Ace and Imu, but it's still a relevant deck. So we're not in a format right now where this is going to give you a massive advantage over the entire field, but there are enough slash attribute decks out there that we can be a little bit excited about it. But that's not the only thing this leader does. I put it on screen a minute ago, but let me tell you now. Activate main once per turn, rest one of your cards. I've seen some translations going around saying rest a card. It is very specifically rest one of your cards. if there is a cost 5 or higher character in play, and that is if anyone's got a cost 5 or higher character, yours or your opponent, it doesn't matter, activate up to 3 Don, then you cannot play character cards for this turn. Wowza. Few things to dig in here, because actually ruling Rise, this is a little bit awkward. Like I've said, it says rest one of your cards. And the thing is, we know the limits of this, because we've seen stuff like this before. It says rested cards. That's it. Do Don cards count? Yes. Do character cards count? Yeah. Do stages count? Yeah. Does your leader count? Yes. You can rest. The only 2 questions you need to ask is it a card? Is it yours? If the answer to both is yes, then you can absolutely rest it to power up this skill. Characters, leader, Don, stage, any of your cards is good. And then, if anyone's got a character cost 5 or higher, it literally says if there is a cost 5 or higher character on the board, or if it is the case that there is a cost 5 or higher character if you want to be really pedantic. But the point is, that's where we are. Then you set 3 Don to active and you can't play characters. But you know what you can do? You can play events. You can attach those Don to your characters. You can leave them open to play events on your opponent's turn. You can use them to pay for skills, etc., etc., etc. Make no mistake about it, there is a lot of good stuff you can do here. Obviously, this is very reminiscent of the OP-12 Mihawk, that on play lets you set up to 4 of your Don cards active, and then you cannot play characters of a base of 7 or more during this turn. Well, now all of a sudden, with the leader and with this, you're potentially, you play this, set 4 Don active, you can't play base 7 or higher characters anyway, so why not set another 3 Don to active using your leader? And what you can do here is just rest 1 Don to activate 3 Don. That's absolutely possible. Oh. Cool. Yeah, I adore this. Like, obviously, the fact that you can't play characters afterwards is a bit annoying, but who really cares? Because what you're going to do is, at the end of your turn, rest something, and then you got 3 Don open, either to attach to characters or leader before you start swinging at the end of your turn, or to leave open for your opponent's turn. When you combine that with a plus 1,000 boost against slash decks, yeah, redonkulous. And yes, it is not as good in a metagame with few good slash decks, and yes, it becomes a billion times better in a metagame full of them, but I love this leader. What about Boa Hancock? Well, we got a 5,000 power, 4 life, dual colour, yellow and blue. This makes sense because the previous Boa Hancock was blue. The main support Boa Hancock has had for that deck is blue. So what they're essentially doing here is letting you use all the other stuff the old Boa Hancock could use, but then adding in yellow as well. Cool. Sounds good. And we've got, during your opponent's turn, when you play a character, draw a card. Oh. That's good. And it doesn't say once during your turn. And it doesn't say rest this leader. It just says during your opponent's turn, when you play a character, draw a card. So any yellow characters that are played with trigger will also draw you a card. Any skills that you use to play on your opponent's turn absolutely will draw a card. A lot of the time here it's going to be yellow characters being played with trigger, but yeah, it's not limited to once per turn. It is as often as you like. We've then got Don X1, once per turn, when your Amazon Lily or Kuja Pirates character with an original cost of 5,000 power or more, i.e. not boosted up, it has to be 5,000 printed on, is KO'd, your opponent adds up to 1 card from the top card of their life to their hand. Oh. Yeah. You can make your opponent add a card from the top of their life to their hand. which gets you closer to winning the game. This doesn't win you the game, incidentally. If they've got no life, this doesn't win you the game. It isn't dealing damage, but you still get to remove some of their life. Yes, they get card advantage, but you also get closer to winning the game. And this isn't going to work with, say, the Marguerite from OP-07. It is an Amazon Lily blocker, yay! But it doesn't have an original power of 5,000 or more, so unfortunately that's not going to work. Boo, hiss, etc. But we do have other options. The best of which is only going to work until rotation hits, but the best of which is literally OP-01 Boa Hancock. It's a Kuja pirate with 5,000 power and blocker. Oh. So your opponent attacks. You force them to go into Boa Hancock because it's got blocker. So they have to attack into your 5,000 power Boa Hancock. They KO and you go, oh, wait. That's a Kuja pirate with an original power of 5,000 or more. And you just KO. Oh. Yeah, well, now you have to take this. Now you have to set the top card of your life into your hand. Gutted. And again, this will be rotating not that long after this comes out, so it's only going to work until rotation. But until we get to rotation, it's going to be beautiful. And you never know, maybe it makes a list of cards that survive rotation. Absolutely. And it is worth noting there is a new Kuja Pirates card, came around in OP-13. It's not one we've had a chance to really talk about yet, but there was a new Boa Santa Sonia, who, when you play it, lets you play a free cost or lower Boa Hancock from your hand. Now, you do have to have it in your hand, so it's not necessarily perfect, but let's not forget we do have the starter deck free blocker Boa Hancock as well. Again, it's not actually going to last very long, unfortunately. But I'm just saying, there was another support card for this in OP-13, which I don't think we've ever mentioned on this channel, just because it was a one-off random tech for a deck that isn't seeing a huge amount of play. Now, there was also obviously a free-cost Boa Hancock in the set to go along with that, which is just on KO, if your leader is Boa Hancock, or dual color, draw 2 cards. Well, wonderful news. And actually, to be fair, while we're here, it is worth pointing out, this has an original power of 5,000 or more, and is Kuja Pirates. So when this is KO'd, your opponent takes a top card of the life to the hand, and you draw a card as well. So OP-13 gave us a couple of fun cards, and then we've also, well, to be fair, there were others as well. There was a Boa Marigold there, which has blocker, but has 4,000 power. So very much, like I told you with Marguerite, close but no cigar. This would be so good if it had 5,000 power originally. It does not. There is also an on-play if your leader is Boa Hancock. Then you can play a 6-cost or lower Boa Hancock from your hand, which actually would then include the blocker from OP-01. Point is, OP-13 gave us a bunch of new tricks for Boa Hancock, and that was fun as well. So, do I like this Boa Hancock as much as the Mihawk? I don't know, it does look really good. Like, to be fair, both these leaders look very, very good. And they are both 7 Warlords of the Sea, which is very important. Does seem to suggest that all the leaders in this set will be. And there is a lot of potential here. I like Mihawk myself personally, but tell me there isn't ridiculous potential here with Boa Hancock as well. Either way, I've told you about all of it, so now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about this all in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.